Hi there, and it's me again with strategy number 2. And there's actually quite a lot involved with strategy number 2 because it's all about how we breathe during exercise. And this actually has a big impact on our pelvic floor. So there's a lot to think about, but it really boils down to a couple of main things. So the main thing is we don't want to be straining while we're exercising. So if we're doing something that's really strenuous and we're straining, that really creates a lot of pressure downwards on the pelvic floor. So we want to avoid straining and holding the breath at all times. Okay, so it's just really important to breathe during exercise. A lot of my clients tell me that they find it hard to get the hang of knowing when to inhale, when to exhale during exercise. But the key thing is just to keep breathing. So you don't want to be holding your breath or straining. But I'm going to explain to you when we should be inhaling and when we should be exhaling during exercise. So the first thing we need to explain that is to explain that most exercises have two distinct phases. Now they're technically called the concentric phase and the eccentric phase, but we can simplify that by calling them the exertion phase, so the hard part of the exercise, and the reset phase or the setup phase. So that's the easy part of the exercise. So if you can remember just to, when you're doing the hardest part of an exercise, to be exhaling and inhaling when you're doing the reset or the setup, then you will be on a winner. So I'm going to demonstrate this to you just with a couple of exercises. So I'm going to do a shoulder press and a deadlift just to show you when I'm inhaling and exhaling during those two exercises. But you can really apply the principles to any exercise. It can be a bit confusing if you're doing like a hold exercise, like a plank or a wall sit or a static squat or something like that, because you're not moving during the exercise, you're doing a static hold. So it can be hard to know, well, how am I supposed to breathe during a static hold exercise? The key thing again is just to keep breathing through that exercise, nice steady breathing during those isometric or static hold exercises. Yeah, so there we are. That's the technical explanation. And now I'll just show you a couple of practical demos to show you what I mean. Okay, so here I am. I've got my bright green dumbbells, and I'm going to show you what I mean by breathing during exercise with the exertion and the reset phases. So with our shoulder press, we have our goalpost arms, and we push the dumbbells up above our head, and that's the hard bit of the exercise. And then our reset is bringing them down to our goalpost arms position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale right now and exhale as I do the hard part. So inhale. And the key thing to remember with that is to exhale during the entire exertion phase, not just at the beginning or right at the end. So we want to try and breathe right through the exertion phase. I'm going to also show you how it works for a deadlift. So for our deadlift, I'm just going to use the same dumbbells, and with our deadlift we hinge forward from the hips, and that's the setup phase, and the exertion phase is standing up to the straight position. So we've got our setup, inhale, exhale. Okay, so inhale during the setup phase or the reset phase, and exhale during the hard part, the exertion phase. I hope that helps.